Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Time now is 8:12, and happening this week, the Smart Heart Act will go into effect. It requires every public school in South Carolina to put together a response team for heart-related emergencies. Our next guest understands the need for this law. He suffered a cardiac arrest, get this, when he was 17 years old. Joining us now is Josh Boyd. Josh, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, so you were 17 at the time. How old are you now?
I'm 24 years old now.
Take us back to that moment, Josh. What do you remember about that incident?
That day, October 11th, 2018, a day I will never forget. It was senior skip day, and at the time I was a junior, and most of my friends were seniors, so I went to hang out with the seniors that day. And we went to go to the plan was to go to the fair, and it started raining, so we had to come back home, and we decided to go to the gym. So decided to go to the gym. We'd never been before. I went to play basketball. 10 minutes go by, I'm doing what I'm doing, shooting shots, making layups, and something unusual happens. I pass out, head first, flatline, cardiac arrest. My friends run over. They didn't know what happened. They thought I was playing because I was also always the playful type. I was a guy that always played, but I would get up at the end of the day because I was a quarterback. I would get up. So time go past, and 5 guys run over. 5 guys that we never played against, never been to the gym before, and so happened these guys be firefighters on off duty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. And,
wow.
Off-duty firefighters. Yep. So they go into action. They do CPR. They grab the AED out the gym that they trained to do, and everything wasn't working at the time. The AED kept my heart sedated as possible, as much as it can, but no CPR. My pulse was very faint at the time, and at the time I had no pulse. At one time I had no pulse. And finally when the ambulance got there, I still had the AED hooked up, and this kept my heart sedated. So
did you think you were gonna die, man? Yeah,
I think I was gonna die, for sure, man. If I had the AED, I think my heart would have just failed completely. So
so no doubt this changed your whole way of life.
Oh, doubt.
After you woke up in the hospital, how did you begin to change your life?
When I woke up in the hospital, I was just very depressed. Had 8 cardiologists around me, and I was just very confused. When I first woke up.
8 cardiologists?
Yeah, 8 cardiologists. So when I first woke up, it felt like a dream because it felt like a good nap. It happened Wednesday, I woke up the next Tuesday. So when I woke up, the first thing I thought about was football. I see my mom there. See my mom there crying, and she was explaining what happened, and I still couldn't believe it until the doctors came in and they explained that I went into cardiac arrest. My heart stopped a couple times, and they saved my life. And after waking up, and it just felt like God pulled the lines down on my life, and I could live my life clear now.
And speaking about that, if it wasn't for CPR, it's safe to say we wouldn't be talking to you this morning. So the Smart Heart Act goes into effect this Wednesday, and it's basically a law here in South Carolina that requires, as you know, schools to have a emergency response plan for heart-related emergencies. Your reaction to this law?
I think this law is great because it just gives a parent and a player and a children just more comfortability and more protection, because with this act, it gives lower level schools like Manning, just like those schools that have lower population, it also gives them a plan where they know where the closest CPR, they know where the closest AED, they know somebody around who is CPR certified. So I just think it's great because overall it's just another form of protection, and that it won't hurt you at all.
It's one thing that you did too. You, like you said, you're 24 now.
Yes, sir.
And so you still love football so much, so you're teaching it, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm a quarterback coach at Dutch Fork High School. I love it, and I also do quarterback training with QB1 with Perry Orth. So I do private quarterback training and lessons. So I'm just so big into giving back into the community that helped me and inspiring kids, because I didn't know that was my last day of football, but I can show other kids that if you go hard at it, you never know, like, if it takes away from you, you went out with a bang. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, went out with a bang indeed. And speaking about that, coming up and in about 30 minutes here on Good Day Columbia, we're actually going to have a CPR demonstration as well as an AED demonstration, and you want to stay tuned for this. We're going to keep Josh around too for that one too. I'll be there too as well as Executive Director of the South Carolina American Heart Association of the Midlands. So you want to stay tuned for that. Josh, thank you, man, so much for sharing your story. I appreciate it. There's more Good Day Columbia coming up right after the break.